Welcome to the video. This is Dr. Klaper clapping out some contradictory statements. This is on the Veg Source channel. Read through the comments and you understand why so many vegans fail on this lifestyle. Veg Source, rate Jeff Nelson. He's the owner of the channel. Spent time with Jeff in Los Angeles there. Good guy. But this video is absolute bunk. Misinformation. Just going to confuse people. We're going to pause the video. I'm going to correct Klaper. I'm going to school him with the science, with the proof, and I'll show you how he contradicts himself. And again, it's no hate. This is just schooling with a bit of tough love, durianrider style, because I'm sick and tired of people getting sick and tired on the vegan diet because they follow this sugar, carbohydrate phobia. Low-carb diets are good. High-carb diets are bad. Eat a high-carb diet, but don't eat sugar. Eating a high-carb diet, potatoes, rice, corn, fruits, etc., but then saying sugar's bad. How stupid is that? But the sugar's got sugar, bro. If you're eating 500 grams of sucrose, fructose, glucose a day from your fruit, corn, potatoes, rice, or whatever, but then you wouldn't have a sprinkle of table sugar on your food or add it to your fruit. That is orthorexia. That's orthorexia. Absolute orthorexia. Absolute insanity. That's like having, your diet based on chicken, dead birds, and someone offers you some protein powder. Oh, no, I don't, protein's not good. I don't eat protein. But your diet's based on protein. Oh, I don't eat sugar. But your diet's based on sugar. Anyway, let's get to it. This is crazy. If you want to be a bulletproof vegan, if you want to be as lean as me, having the energy, having the drive, having the purpose, having the passion, listen to what I got to say here. All right. This guy is contradictory and it frustrates the frick out of me.
You're as old as your arteries, If your arteries are supple and wide open, you're a young person no matter what the date is on your birth certificate. And if your arteries are stiff and all clogged up, you're an old man or an old woman, no matter when you were born. You want to take care of your arteries. High blood pressure is hard on them. Let me be a physician here.
All right, so this is where he's a physician and he's absolutely hopeless. He starts a discussion with high blood pressure. He doesn't talk about how blood pressure gets high, what foods it causes it. He just talks about it. It's not talking about, what's the word? It's not talking about burglary. What causes burglary? Is it drug addiction? Is it poverty? He's just talking about burglary. And he just jumps to sugar. All right. Oh, does sugar cause burglary? I guess it does, because you're talking about the same sort of thing. Listen to this. Doesn't talk about what causes high blood pressure. What's the treatment for high blood pressure? He just talks about high blood pressure and then jumps to sugar. Like there's a correlation or causation when there's not at all.
And show you exactly how the high blood pressure damages your body. It's hardest on the very delicate tissues in the body like the retina of your eye. This is an amazing structure, of course, lets us convert light into vision. And the cells of the retina are really remarkable. This is what the doctor sees. When we have you on the exam table and we turn the lights down, we take our ophthalmoscope and we're looking in the back of your eye. This is what we're looking at. This is the retina, this is the optic nerve, and the retinal artery comes in with the optic nerve. It has 4 branches to it, and it delivers highly oxygenated blood to these very active.
So he's saying these are facts. Basically, this is a court of law. This is court of nutrition law. I'm the judge and I'm the defense barrister. You're the jury, and this guy is prosecution. He's trying to prosecute sugar, and we're gonna own him. All right, we're absolutely gonna own Klaper in this situation here. The cause of high blood pressure: high-fat diet, certain medications, obesity which is caused by eating too much fat. And, it's too much calories. No, it's not too many calories. How can you sit down and eat more rice and sugar and fruit than you need? You can't. Oh, you can. I'm sure. You can't. Look at me. Look at all the people who follow me long term and do my protocols. Look at my girlfriends over the years, all right? Look how lean we are. Obesity runs in all our genetics, all right? I can be obese if I want to. Natasha could be obese if she wanted to. All my girl over the year could be obese, all right? It's not genetics. It's not calories. It's hormones and fat intake.
Active cells out in the retina, and you need them to see. But these arteries, they're divided into small and smaller arterioles and fine little capillaries. They're very fragile, one cell thin. They do not stand up to high pressure. Well, you slam a...
Look how weak that punch is. This guy is so under carbs.
pressure wave, heartbeat after heartbeat against these very delicate blood vessels. And as the years go by, some bad things happen. That lovely architecture turns into something like this. These red.
This is true. Again, he's throwing out some facts, and then he's going to throw out the absolute BS with it, and just people are going to take up as facts. It's just crazy. It's like me saying, roads are made out of tarmac, trees are made out of wood, sugar causes aliens to come down and kidnap your kids. It's crazy.
Blotches here, these are retinal hemorrhages. You are looking at bleeds inside the retinal tissues, and wherever this has happened, oxygenated blood that was going to the retinal cells is now just leaking out into the surrounding area. The retinal cells, dependent upon that blood flow, die from lack of oxygen, and as a result, you get retinal scars throughout the visual area, and the person develops blind spots. This is hypertensive retinopathy. This is why people with uncontrolled high blood pressure go blind. You don't want to flood.
Whoa, back up. How do we go from hypertensive blood pressure causing blindness, which is true, to sugar? You know what I mean? Like, where's the correlation causation there? You know what I mean? Like this is oh my God, this is misinformation. This is incredibly poor journalism, incredibly poor information. How do you go from hypertensive, etc., and then just jump to sugar like there's a correlation causation, which there is not. There is not. Look how much sugar I intake, and look how low my blood pressure is. Even on high dosage anabolic steroids, my blood pressure is still really, really good. You know what I mean? Most guys in Australia, my age, I'm 44, coming up 45. Most of guys my age in Australia are obese, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, really out of shape. And here me are, eating as much sugar as anyone in Australia ever could. Lean, good blood pressure, great blood tests, good blood sugars, great hemoglobin R1C. Where's my glycated hemoglobin? This guy is an absolute clown. Everything gets this is like this is oh my God. All right, I'm the judge. I'm embarrassed. I can be more professional, but listen to this.
Your tissues and make them sticky, because everything in the body becomes sticky.
What happens when you put sugar in water? What happens to that? You know what I mean? Sugar does not cause red blood cells to stick together. It does not. All right? Can you imagine how thick and dry your blood would have to be for sugar to make it sticky? You know what I mean? Look at, how many liters of blood you have in your body, and how many grams of sugar you have in your blood. It's like a tablespoon of sugar any one time in your blood, in liters of blood. So how the heck does sugar make your blood sticky? It doesn't. Now fat, oils, fats, any fat in general will make your blood sticky, because it will cause the red blood cells to stick together, because it just the oil, the clunkiness in there, try and mix oil with water, doesn't emulsify, so just causes the red blood cells literally to stick together. That causes stickiness. Sugar doesn't. Sugar just dissolves in water. Sugar dissolves in water. It doesn't cause stickiness. All right? Unless you've got a tablespoon of water with a tablespoon of sugar, then it's sticky. But you've got about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar, blood sugar, in your blood at any given time, and the rest is stored in your muscles and leaks out as you need it, and your liver, into liters of blood. So how can it make it sticky? What an idiot.
Hemoglobin in your blood becomes sticky with sugar. The elastic fibers in your skin become sticky with sugar. The inner lining of your blood vessels become sticky with sugar. The lens of your eye becomes sticky with sugar.
With sugar. Blood runs on sugar. Your red blood cells, they're fed off sugar. Skin is fed off sugar. Blood cells, blood vessels fed on sugar. Everything in your eyeball runs on sugar. Every cell in the human body runs on sugar, needs oxygen. And the more fat you eat, the less sugar goes to the cell, sugar stays up in the blood, and that can cause issues with extra insulin, but that's not sugar's fault. That's the fat blocking the insulin receptor site. So you take out that high-fat diet, keep your fat around 10 grams a day as an adult, 20 grams a day if you're active, etc., and all of a sudden, your blood sugar just goes straight into the cell, you're good to go, versus sitting around circulating, causing increased insulin levels. Insulin, excess insulin, that's the issue here.
Not a good...
Clogged arteries from too much fat, cholesterol, etc. Thick blood from too much fat, not enough water, that's causing the blood pressure issues. Not sugar, Never sugar. The mechanics of sugar is possible to do that.
Why? Well, this man told us why. This is Henri Maillard.
Here we go. Now he's really putting himself. He's really closing the fence on himself. Now he's closing that fence into like a 2-meter squared fence right now.
Henri Maillard was a French chemist that was hired by the French baking industry in the 1880s to help them understand the chemistry of baking bread. What happens when we bake bread? The bakers wanted to know. Well, it didn't take Maillard very long to figure out what happens when you bake bread. He says, what happens? When you bake bread, you take sugar, the pastry flour, and protein, wheat gluten, and you put them together and heat them up. Sugar.
Where's the protein in sugar? Has 0.
Sugar plus protein plus heat, and that creates what's called the Maillard reaction. You know the effect of the Maillard reaction. You see it every time you look at a loaf of bread. This is what makes bread brown. This is Maillard protein. This is the result of the Maillard reaction.
And what temperature, Mr. Klaper, what temperature does it take to cause the Maillard reaction? What temperature is it? Is it body temperature? No, it's not. You're an idiot.
Well, that's all well and good, I guess, on a French baguette, but you do not want to run the Maillard reaction in your own tissues, and it happens.
Really?
There's plenty of protein around. It's not gluten. It's your albumin and your fibrinogen and your collagen and the proteins throughout your body.
True.
You then flood them with sugars from that candy bar or that soft drink.
Oh, so he's promoting a low-carb diet then. Klaper is that veg source promoting low-carb diet because he just said sugar from the candy, from the soft drink. But sugar from rice doesn't count. Sugar from potatoes doesn't count. What's the glycemic index of soda? What's the glycemic index of white table refined sugar? It's less than the glycemic index of that white organic baked potato. All right. So this guy's an absolute clown. That oven, you try and bake bread at 98.6 Fahrenheit. Try and get a Maillard reaction at 98.6. All right, try and do that.
And your body supplies the heat. We're all
what an idiot.
98.6 degree ovens. This is the three.
That's like saying, that's like saying eating grape seeds that's going to sprout in your gut, and you're going to have a grapevine going through your belly button. I mean, some people might say that. Don't eat the seeds of watermelon because it will sprout in your colon, and one day you wake up with a massive melon belly. You know what I mean? These idiots. Don't swallow the seeds of the kiwi fruit because you have a kiwi fruit growing through your legs. What the heck is going on there?
The components of the Maillard reaction. And the Maillard reaction happens, and those lovely collagen fibers and elastic fibers and albumin in your bloodstream undergo the Maillard reaction. They turn from these individual protein strands to this mass of oxidized, bastardized, stiff proteins. That
you know what's bastardized is your freaking talk, bro. Your talk is not making any sense at all. You're contradicting yourself. You're promoting a high-carb diet, rice, fruits, etc., but then you say sugar's bad. You're an idiot. I can't believe no one in the audience has a hand up. But don't you promote a high-carb diet, Klaper? Well, what happens to the rice when you eat it? What is rice? It's a sugar. Oh, but it's got fiber. Fiber has no causation or change of AGEs, which we'll get to in a minute. Stay tuned.
That are really not good for anything. The scientists, the chemists tell us you've created an advanced glycation end product. Don't worry about the name. Remember the initials. AGE. This ages your tissue.
True. We'll get to that.
Eating sugar.
No, it doesn't, buddy. No, it doesn't. That's just a little correlation thing you've made there. That's not actually true at all.
As a food ages you. It's one of the major factors about why we don't age so well because of what we're eating. Now, this has some consequences. Run the Maillard reaction on the elastin fibers in your skin. In your skin, you got spiral proteins called elastin that give your skin its spring and its elasticity. Well, you run the Maillard reaction on them by flooding them with sugars.
Oh my God, this guy's an absolute clown. I mean, your skin's always going to have sugar in it. It's always going to have sugar. Oh, too much sugar. What's too much sugar? Where's the limit of too much sugar? Where's the parameter of that? You know what I mean? Your skin has sugar in it. If you didn't have sugar in your skin would die. The skin's an organ. It runs on sugar. So, well, I'm going to cut sugar out of my diet. You could do a keto diet. Your skin's still going to have sugar in it because it's going to convert fat and protein into sugar to keep itself alive by ketosis. This is how stupid these people are.
And
get rid of the sugar in your skin. That's like saying get rid of the sun in the sun. That's like get rid of the heat in the sun. Get rid of the water in the water. Get rid of the water in the ocean. You can't have an ocean without water. You can't have living skin without sugar. That's just fuel. Crazy. So how stupid is these people?
those elastic fibers become stiff and they begin to crack and break. And
look at this neck. Let's say this is a neck, right? We know what this person is genetic. They're going to be older as well, so the genetics is there. Caucasian, just genetic. Age is genetic. But you're not going to see that in someone who's 20, are you? You know? You're not going to see that in someone who's 20. So we're cherry picking here, using someone who's probably like, 60 to 90 years of age, maybe it could be even 100 years of age. And we're saying this is what happens to your skin. Not when you're 20, not even when you're 30. Even if you're eating the highest AGE foods out there, animal products, oils, this isn't going to happen to your skin. So this is just really, really stupid talk right now.
And oxidize and the skin ages. You run the Maillard reaction and those nice clear proteins in the lens of your eye.
Have you ever seen anyone on a fruitarian or durianrider program with cataracts? Me either. All right, me either. But with high-fat diet, you see it all the time. You see it in dogs. You see it. You see it in humans. High-fat diet, cataracts. Plenty of my friends in their 50s have had cataract surgery. It's from eating too much fat. What is the cataract made of? Is it made of sugar? Is a cataract made of sugar? Or is it made of fatty deposits and cholesterol? Which one is it? Which one is it?
And that sets you up for forming cataracts. This is no joke, folks. You don't want to system with sugars. And you sure don't want to run the Maillard reaction on the inner lining of the capillaries of your brain. This is the membrane across which oxygen has to get to supply the brain cells with oxygen.
This is true, but it's not to do with sugar, bro. I mean, let's just pause for a second. This guy, Klaper, all right, this person, bro, you're an absolute clown, and I'm saying it nicely. You're saying the Maillard reaction can happen. Let's just listen back here. Let's look at the temperature that we need for Maillard reaction. You're claiming it's 98 Fahrenheit. Bro, it's over 120 Celsius minimum. So when does the human body get to 120 degrees Celsius? 120, you'd be dead. You'd literally be boiled alive, man. You'd be boiled alive, bro. Let's listen to this clown talk again.
This is the membrane across which oxygen has to get to supply the brain cells with oxygen. It's really important not to run the Maillard reaction haphazardly in your body.
You can't, bro. How are you going to get 120 degrees Celsius in your body? Can you imagine? 120 degrees Celsius inside your body? You're going to have 10th degree burns inside, bro. You're going to be dead in seconds. Your arteries are going to melt. They're going to cook. They're going to shrivel up and you'll be dead in seconds if you had 120 degrees Celsius inside your body. You'll be boiling from the inside out.
Eating sugar as a food ages.
Where are the hands in this audience saying, hang on, Maillard reaction, you need at least minimum 120 degrees Celsius for mild Maillard reaction, all right? Up to 160 at least, Celsius. What a clown.
You.
Look at this. Oh my, and let's read some reactions here. Jeff chimes in. Jeff, just delete this video, man. This is a stupid video. If you watch the full presentation, you'll see he's talking about foods made with sugar, not a little sweetener, not fruit. But Jeff, fruit gets most of its calories from sugar. I can eat 30 bananas a day or 10 bananas in a meal or whatever and get a stack of sugar. Am I going to call Maillard reaction? No, I'm not. If I add sugar to it, will I call Maillard? No, I won't. Because the temperature isn't there. All right? To make the Maillard, you have to have the protein and the sugar. All right? Actually, you don't even need the sugar in there, do you? Because look at oil. Oil's got no sugar in there, but we have high AGEs. So again, this is, if you look at the list of high AGEs, the highest AGE containing foods are all animal and refined oils, not sugar, starch. You know what I mean? So why is Dr. Klaper focusing on sugar instead of animal products like bacon and cheese? Exactly. So one lime sub is actually educated more than the doctor here. This guy is absolute joke, man. Oh my God. By refined sugar, he means not fruits. Bread is no good either. Intestinal glue. No, it's not, bro. White bread's low in AGEs. If it was glue, you'd die. If you ate glue, you would die, bro. This is sound bites, these people. Refined sugar's bad. Fruit's okay because it's got fiber in there. But don't add sugar to my fruit because it's got fiber. But I said fiber's okay, but still don't add sugar to it because I've got orthorexia and I'm not talking any sense. It's insane. Let's go more facts here for the people who want the science. We're over here at the American Dietetic Association, glycation end products in foods and their practical guide to reduction in their diet. This cost me $50. I'll send you a link. Get it for free. This is bread, white breads, 8. Whole wheat bread, 105. So the white bread's better at less ages, better for your body, white bread, despite what they say. Who's they even anyway, you know what I mean? There's idiots out there. Look at the science. So you got margarine, 6,000. This is per serving. This is your methyl glycoxyl and your carboxymethylene lysine content, your MG and similar foods. And you know what I mean? Like you see here, sugar, sodas, etc. is 3 and 2. But Klaper's trying to say that sodas are high in AGEs. He's wrong. He's misinformation. He's trying to claim that soda can cause maillard reaction in the body. He's wrong. He's miseducated. He's uneducated fool. in this context, Klaper, stick with things that you actually know versus just use sound bites and pretend you look like you know what you're doing because it just makes you look dumb. Walnuts roasted, 2,300. You know, it's insane. All these nuts, fats, avocado, 473. Oils up there. Beef, massively beefy. You want to get beefy and fat and damage your arteries, beef's great as well. Chicken breast, really up there as well. So let's scroll down here. Let's find sugar. Tofu, high up there as well. Sauteed tofu, very high. Raw tofu, 700, not as bad. Eggs, quite low until you fry them. We got here white bread, again, very low. White bread's best. And then you got cornflakes, what I recommend, 70s, quite low. So my diet is the lowest in AGEs. My durianrider protocol, fruit, sweet fruit, white rice, sugar, super low in AGEs, white bread. Avoid the oils. White potato, I recommend, 17. And then once you fry it up with French fries, you got 1,500. Okay? So it's just hilarious here that, these people out there are saying that, fruit's bad, sugar's bad. Bananas, 9, 30 bananas a day, shout out. Sugar, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at this, sugar, 0 AGEs. Sugar is 0 AGEs. Fat-free milk is 1. Fruit juice is very, very low, 5 and 8, etc. But sugar's 0. Sugar is 0. So you can imagine, pizza thin crust, depends what's on it, 6,000. Crystallized ginger, I like that stuff, 49. Candy, Reese's Butternut. So once you add the fat to it, the protein, that's the issue. The issue is fat and protein, it's not sugar. Sugar's 0. A Reese's Butternut cup, 1,000 per serving. Coke, 16, It's just hilarious out there. People are saying, Sprite. Once when Sprite was good back in the day, we had all the fake sugar in it. When Sprite had real sugar in it, it was 4. It's crazy. Whiskey, wine. Whiskey's low. Wine's, 80. It's higher than soft drinks, a lot higher. Let's go through here. Let's talk about oil. Oil's got no sugar. It's got a high Maillard reaction, though, isn't it? High AGE. And then we have, it's just insane. The fried egg. Egg's low in sugar. Once you fry it, boom, that Maillard reaction goes right up there. Tofu's low in sugar, but it goes right up once you fry it. So there you go. That's just the facts there. Stick with the reality. There's more reading out here. The advanced glycation end products in food, etc. Nutrition facts talk about it, but they don't mention, it's just hilarious. Insulin index as well. Let's look at insulin index quickly. If you want to get beefy, eat beef. All right, look at that. Insulin index of foods. Beef is the highest. Fish is up there. Boom. So these are bulking foods, croissant. And durianrider's product. This is why people get so lean on my lifestyle long term, because the insulin goes right down because insulin index is low. White rice, fruit, white potatoes, sugar, etc. That's what I recommend. And that's if you want to get your leanest, lighter self, then base your diet on that. Got some more stuff here, cataracts, etc. So it's just, again, misinformation. Why to limit simple sugars? Because Klaper claims that causes malodial reaction. It can't, because the temperature's not high enough, and we're just seeing that the advanced glycation end product of sugar on the chart from the American Dietetic Association is a big fat 0. 0, 0, 0. Mr. Klaper, you're dismissed. You've been debunked. You have no idea about sugar. Even promote a high carb diet, then you say sugar's bad. That is a contradiction nation situation going on there. I don't know what else more to say. Again, no hate to Klaper, but man, I hate this level of information out there. It's just so misinforming and it confuses people. Klaper, you are a medical professional. You should know better. Jeff from Veg Sauce, take the video down, bro. It confuses people. It confuses people. It makes vegans fail because they think sugar's bad. Then they go to dinner and they're having potatoes and white rice and brown rice, and they're like, well, I'm healthy because I don't eat sugar. And someone at the table goes, but your potatoes are sugar, your brown rice is sugar, your fruit's sugar. So sugar's bad. Why are you eating sugar? And the person's going, oh, that's a good point. I guess I better do keto. I better quit vegan. And that's exactly what happens. Because how can you eat rice, sweet fruit, and potatoes, etc., corn, quinoa, and then say sugar's bad when you're eating sugar? It's absolutely stupid.